Hi, welcome to my channel, Living My Best Life with Lisa Marie. I'm so glad you're here. This video is the first in a series of how does your garden grow? Let's get started. To get started, I'm going to show you my garden from last year because that was actually my very first garden. This is just a little footage from when I first was cleaning up my patio and getting it ready so that I could make it look nicer and start planting my garden. And you'll see there's stuff everywhere. It was such a mess. And if you're interested, I made a video in fast motion of me cleaning it up and getting rid of all the leaves and everything. And I'll link that down below as well if you'd like to watch that. But this is just showing you what I was working with and what the area looked like. And now you're getting a peek of what it looked like after I finished cleaning and just the beginning of setting things up. Nowhere near done, but kind of like a middle point of me just trying to set things up. It wasn't final by any means. I hadn't made the fence permanent. I was just literally trying to map it out and see where things were going to go and how they would fit. And you'll see here the plants are in their little containers that I got them in. And I do have some seedlings that I started using little toilet paper rolls. And I hadn't moved them into bigger pots or anything, and they're still pretty small looking at it right there. But they had to sit somewhere. I had to be able to keep an eye on them and water them and so forth. But the patio is starting to look cleaned up at this point, much better than before. But I got some flowers, so those are right there at the entrance to this area. And I now have the fence permanently placed. And I did this so I could open the door and let my dogs out without having them run away, because we live in the woods, and so we'd never be able to find them if they got in there. And everything is nice and clean now, and I've got all my pots out. Not all of them have been planted yet. I have this tire here. We had an extra tire, and I put a trellis for tomatoes there, so I do plan to put some tomatoes there. I've started them as seedlings, and I still have plants over on that bar. I've got some hanging ferns, and just trying to make the place look nice. Those containers you see are the ones I'm going to eventually plant my vegetables in. I'm also starting a little compost pile in this red container. So I've got leaves that I had picked up. I have coffee grounds. I'll add some egg shells. I put a little dirt in there just to have something to stir it up. Whenever I find worms, I'm going to throw them in there as well, and then I can add them to my plants and help give them some more nutrient. And we're back to my plants. There's some lavender right here, those two in the front, and then we've got cucumber, zucchini, and squash right there. And behind we've got some peppers, and I put some stakes in there to help them grow more upward. I might need to get like a little trellis or something. You see the stakes? Those are actually just shish kebab stakes that I had in the kitchen. And then I've got some green onions and some oregano, and then there's my romaine lettuce, and just behind it and next to it is kale. And the romaine is growing really nice. And then there's seedlings that has a lot of different things in there. So the first one has some spinach right there. And those are the little toilet paper rolls I used. And then here are some peas in a pod. Hopefully those will take off. And then I have some tomatoes that would get moved eventually. My flowers are looking beautiful, which is very cool. And I've got a little flag now that says welcome, of course, so people feel welcome. Aren't those colors amazing? Just gorgeous. And we put that fence up, which is really nice. And I got these roses that my husband gave me last year, and they have come back to life, and they're so pretty. My herbs, oh, they're so big. I'm going to have to cut them and dry them because I cannot use them fast enough. So I'm going to have to dry them and put them in little containers. They are huge. That's cilantro right there. Who uses that much cilantro at home? Oh my gosh. And there's my lavender, which I just love. Oh, they're so pretty. I haven't replanted them yet. I've just been so busy, but they're doing well. So that's the important thing. I will put them in a prettier container than the one that I got at the store. Now my little tomato station, oh, it's sad, but first my strawberries are actually starting to come in. They're just little teeny tiny, trying to focus in on it, and I'll show you in just a second. But there they are. Oh my gosh, how exciting is that? So it's just a matter of time. Now about the tomato plants. Literally, they're not growing. I don't know what the deal is. I've got to figure it out. Same with my mustard greens. Look at that. They've been in there as long as everything else. They're just pathetic. And of course, I just had to throw in the beautiful scenery in the backyard because I do love it so much. And it's just so relaxing. And so here we are with my peppers. They're doing amazing, and my basil. And then look at that pepper. It's just really starting to grow. I've got a couple of them now. And haven't used my basil yet, but I'm going to need to do that too because there's quite a bit. And then look at all that, the leaves, and just they're so cute when they're little like that. They look like little miniature peppers. Look at that one. I feel like I should name them. I know you're not supposed to name things you eat, but you know, that's just how I am. Now I'm having a little bit of squash issues and cucumber. Nothing is happening there. The plants are doing well, but no sign of the vegetables. But my banana peppers are definitely coming in. My husband got me this cute little succulent for our anniversary, and so I've been trying to keep that alive. Those are a little trickier. I have a water meter, and that has been my lifesaver. Without that, I would have probably killed everything by now. So I'm really grateful that I found out about getting a water meter. The mint, the chocolate mint, is just growing like crazy, and it smells so good. Now there's another problem area. My spinach isn't doing anything, and then those are tomatoes over on the right, and they're not really doing much. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. The ferns are doing well. They're hard to kill though. I mean, literally you water them every other day, and that's it. My kale and my romaine lettuce, it's purple kale, are doing fantastic. I have harvested them several times and we've eaten them, and I'm super happy about that. And they just look so pretty, don't they? And I started some green onions from onions that I had bought at the store. Today's video is part of a collaboration called How Does Your Garden Grow? And this is going to be a series through the gardening season. All of the people involved live in different parts of the country, so you'll get to see gardens at different places and in different stages. I'll have a playlist link down in my description and also in my first comment, so you can go and watch everybody else's video. I'd like to mention that the people in this collaboration are DIYers, and they have awesome channels, so definitely check them out. And if you are here from one of the other channels, welcome. I am so glad to meet you, and I'm happy that you're here. I hope you'll consider joining me on YouTube by hitting the red subscribe button and then turning on the notification bell so you always know when I have a new video coming up. I do all kinds of DIYs in different styles, and gardening in the spring and summer. There's something for everyone. So that brings us to the present time, and I am just starting my garden. I've got these seeds. I actually got them at Dollar Tree. Green beans, basil, kale, 2 different kinds of spinach. I also had some tomato seeds. I'm going to give it a try again. And what I'm doing right now is I got my little toilet paper rolls in containers and dirt, and they are under the grow lights. And right now that is working. I got those on Amazon, and I'll add them to my Amazon store. I'll have that link in my description box. I was hoping to show you in this video when I repot them out of the little starter seeds and put them into little pots. We're renters, so we use containers for our garden. But we had so much rain this week and so many storms that I never got to do it. So that'll be in my next video in this series. The next video will be coming out in the beginning of June, so keep an eye out for that one. And don't forget to check out the playlist in my description and watch the other ladies' videos. They are going to be so cool to see. Did you know that I'm on social media? You can find me on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. Same name, Living My Best Life with Lisa Marie. Come on over and say hi. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the time that you take to watch my videos. It means so much. I will hope to see you in my next video, and please remember that you are a blessing to me.